Imagine a world shrouded in the mists of eternity, where the veil between myth and reality dissolves like morning fog under the sun's first rays, a world where ancient whispers echo through the corridors of time, calling us back to a forgotten paradise. This is the hook that draws you in, the magnetic pull of a story older than the stones of the earth itself, urging you to listen, to remember, and to awaken. Before the first pyramids pierced the Egyptian sky, before the legendary Atlantis vanished beneath the relentless waves of the Atlantic, there existed another realm, a civilization so radiant and profoundly connected to the universe's rhythm that the very stars seemed to dance in synchronized reverence. They named it Lemura, the continent of light, a sprawling paradise lost to the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. In this utopian land, humanity did not exist in isolation from nature or the divine. Instead, people lived in perfect communion with a greater cosmic consciousness. Every towering mountain peak was revered as a sentinel of ancient wisdom. Every swirling ocean current, a vein pulsing with life's eternal flow. And every gentle breath of wind, a whispered message from the universe itself. The Lemurans understood that the world was not a collection of separate entities, but a single, vast, living organism, where thoughts manifested as reality and harmony reigned supreme. Yet, as with all epochs of unparalleled beauty and enlightenment, Lemura's golden age was destined to fade into obscurity. The insatiable seas rose to claim its majestic temples, and the inexorable march of time buried its profound truths beneath layers of forgotten history. Still, amidst the ruins and the silence, a prophecy endured, a faint, enduring whisper carried across countless generations, patiently awaiting the era when humanity would finally be prepared to reclaim its lost heritage. The ancient seers foretold that this pivotal moment of rediscovery would dawn in the year 2026, a time when the cycles of forgetting would shatter, and the light of remembrance would flood the world once more. We have long been taught that Lemura was nothing more than a fanciful myth, a poetic allegory spun by dreamers to romanticize the unknown, or perhaps a metaphorical tale meant to inspire spiritual introspection. But what if it were far more than that? What if the legends of Mu, the mother continent revered in Polynesian lore, were not mere fabrications but actual genetic memories encoded deep within the helixes of our DNA, passed down through eons of human evolution? Consider that inexplicable pull you sometimes feel toward the ocean's horizon, that sudden, aching nostalgia that surges in your chest as you gaze upon the endless blue expanse. Is it possible that this is your soul's echo from another lifetime? A time when the earth itself sang melodies of unity, and we humans knew our integral place within her grand symphonic design? According to the esoteric texts long hidden from mainstream knowledge scrolls and carvings, preserved in secret by guardians of ancient wisdom, Lemura's downfall was not precipitated by cataclysmic wars or devastating natural disasters, as so many lost civilizations met their end. Instead, it stemmed from a subtle yet profound vibrational descent, a gradual collapse of collective consciousness that unraveled the fabric of their enlightened society. Humanity, once attuned to the wisdom of the heart and the interconnectedness of all things, began to drift into realms of division, ego, and mental domination, forsaking the intuitive harmony that had sustained them. Since that fateful shift, our species has wandered through endless cycles of amnesia and partial awakening. Civilizations rising in fleeting glory only to crumble under the weight of their own disconnection, repeating the pattern of ascent and decline across millennia. But every cosmic cycle carries within it the seed of renewal, and every ancient prophecy points to its ordained hour of fulfillment. In 2026, a new cycle is poised to commence, not as a harbinger of apocalyptic destruction, but as the termination of our long-standing amnesia, the lifting of the veil that has obscured our true origins. Around the globe, Diverse ancient calendars and prophetic traditions converge on this singular temporal nexus, the conclusion of a prolonged era of darkness and the triumphant rebirth of illuminating light. The Mayan civilization referred to it as the Great Cycle of Remembering, a cosmic reset where forgotten knowledge resurfaces. The Vedic sages of ancient India prophesied the re-emergence of the sacred blue flame, symbolizing purified consciousness and divine energy. The Polynesians, direct descendants of the Mu lineage, described it as the return of the mother wave, a tidal surge of ancestral power sweeping across the world. All these visions align toward one transformative event, a vibrational correction within Earth's energetic grid, recalibrating the planet's frequency to its primordial state. When this alignment manifests, the rigid structures of our current paradigm, be they societal, technological, or ideological, will begin to dissolve like sandcastles before the tide, while the human heart awakens anew to its inherent cosmic memory. Modern scientists might rationalize it as a geomagnetic pole reversal, an unprecedented spike in solar activity, or a rare energetic anomaly emanating from the sun. But the ancients perceived it through a lens of spiritual profundity, naming it the Great Remembering, the sacred instant when the barriers between dimensions attenuate, allowing the enlightened souls of Lemura to ascend once more, not as spectral apparitions, but as guiding forces in humanity's collective evolution toward awakening. You can sense it already, can't you? That subtle yet insistent tug drawing you toward hallowed sites like Mount Shasta in California, with its snow-capped majesty hiding subterranean energies. The volcanic islands of Hawaii, where lava flows mirror the fiery rebirth of consciousness. Or the enigmatic statues of Easter Island, silent sentinels guarding Pacific secrets. These are portals where Lemuran vibrations still resonate just beneath the surface, humming with latent power. There's a global upsurge in shared dreams featuring resplendent golden temples adorned with iridescent crystals, ethereal cities floating on luminous clouds, and oceans that pulse with bioluminescent life, as if the waters themselves are alive with intelligent light. Waves of unexplained emotion crash over people worldwide, releasing centuries of suppressed grief and longing, as if the earth is purging its own buried sorrows. All these phenomena are manifestations of the planet communicating directly with us, the ancient memories resurfacing like bubbles from the deep. However, prophecy is never a passive spectator sport. It serves as a reflective mirror, compelling each individual to confront and reclaim their essential nature, being of pure light navigating the densities of physical existence, tasked with reconstructing the harmony that was once shattered. The Lemuran prophecy eschews themes of doom and annihilation. Instead, it heralds restoration, the rebalancing of polarities, masculine and feminine energies merging in equilibrium, empirical science intertwining with intuitive spirit, the grounded earth reconnecting with the expansive sky. And in 2026, as the ancients decreed, humanity stands at a crossroads, compelled to choose. Will we plunge deeper into fractious division and illusory control? Or will we ascend back into the embrace of unified remembrance? The inexorable wheel of cosmic ages rotates onward, and the primordial pulse that once throbbed beneath Lemura's verdant landscapes now stirs anew under our very feet. The ocean's vast repositories of memory recall their ancient dances. The mountains, stoic guardians of time, echo with silent knowledge. And deep within your being, that same resonance awakens. The pivotal question lingers: will you heed this call? For the transformative event, poised to alter everything, is not an external spectacle unfolding in the skies or seas. It is an internal revolution, igniting from the core of your soul, long predating the annals of recorded history, preceding the grandeur of Egypt's pharaohs or the ingenuity of Sumerian city-states. A magnificent continent sprawled across the immense Pacific, known to the elders as Lemura. This was a domain where humankind coexisted intimately with the elemental forces of creation, harnessing winds that carried songs of the stars and waters that reflected the soul's inner light. The atmosphere shimmered with palpable frequencies, charged with an energy that made every breath feel like a communion with the divine. At night, the oceans illuminated with a mesmerizing bioluminescence, mirroring the radiant auras emanating from the people themselves. Auras that shifted colors with emotions and thoughts. There were no sprawling metropolises forged from cold, steel, or unyielding stone. Instead, the Lemurans erected crystalline structures that hummed in resonance with the collective consciousness, amplifying intentions and healing disharmonies. They constructed not with brute force, but with the power of sound, sculpting reality through harmonious vibrations that bent matter to their will. Movement was achieved through manipulation of energy fields, and communication transcended spoken words, occurring via telepathic waves and subtle energetic exchanges. The Lemurans grasped a fundamental truth. Matter was merely spirit vibrating at a slower frequency, and true mastery of the external world demanded first the sovereignty of the inner self. Alas, Lemura's resplendent era was not eternal. In their noble pursuit to harmonize the divine masculine and feminine energies, the assertive drive of creation balanced with nurturing receptivity, an insidious discord emerged. It originated in the heart, a seed of doubt that blossomed into separation, a creeping fear that consciousness could be dominated rather than shared. The shadow grew insidiously, dimming the collective vibration until the land itself mirrored the internal turmoil. Mountains subsided into the earth. Oceans surged in cataclysmic floods, and the once vibrant crystalline cities were engulfed by the depths. Yet, the Lemurans did not perish in panic. They transcended their physical forms, encoding their vast knowledge into crystalline artifacts and sacred sonic patterns. Sequestered within Earth's energetic grid, biding time until humanity matured enough to access them, echoes of Lemura have reverberated through history, in myriad forms, the Hawaiian oral traditions chanting of Mu, the Tamil epics recounting Kumari Kandam, a southern continent swallowed by the sea, the enigmatic Moai statues of Easter Island hinting at a Pacific motherland. Even the biblical Eden might veil memories of that idyllic age when harmony with nature and divinity was innate. Foreseeing their descent, the Lemuran priesthood safeguarded their wisdom in crystalline tablets, interred beneath sacred peaks and on the ocean floor. These memory stones were engineered to reactivate when planetary resonance realigned with its original pitch, and that epoch, per their prophecy, is upon us now. Contemporary scientists have detected anomalous magnetic anomalies beneath the Pacific surface and inexplicable thermal signatures near submerged ridges, attributing them to mere geological phenomena. But ancient mystics discerned a deeper significance, the rekindling heartbeat of Lemura, gradually pulsing back to life from beneath the Earth's crust. Worldwide, individuals report peculiar experiences near these sites, vibrations coursing up the spine like electric currents, ethereal tones ringing in the ears, vivid dreams of submerged metropolises aglow with light. These are no delusions. They are ancestral remembrances piercing the thinning veil between worlds. To evoke Lemura is to recall an era of existence through harmony rather than hierarchy, where circles of shared wisdom supplanted thrones of power, and every soul was seen as a divine reflection. The Lemuran path was not a dogmatic religion, but a dynamic science of unity, blending vibration, intention, and connection. Thus, when we discuss this submerged civilization, we delve not just into a geographical loss, but into our own eclipsed potential, the primal blueprint of humanity before fear, control, and fragmentation took hold. Lemura was never utterly annihilated. It merely descended into a lower vibrational state, poised for resurrection through our collective evolution. The enveloping ocean was not a grave, but a transformative baptism, a covenant that light would one day ascend anew. Every civilization that flourished and faded upon this planet bequeathed shards of a grander verity. But the Lemurans were pioneers in imprinting it into time's very cadence. They perceived history not as a linear progression, but as a spiraling helix, akin to the golden ratio manifesting in nautilus shells, galactic arms, and the twists of DNA time. To them was a sentient entity, orchestrating humanity through phases of enlightenment and oblivion. They termed this the Great Spiral of Remembering, charting it via stellar movements, equinoctial precessions, and the Earth's magnetic pulsations. Every 26,000 years, Earth completes what they dubbed the breath of the Great Mother, a full traversal through the cosmic light field. At each breath's culmination, the veil attenuates, birthing a new era. In their waning days, as luminous temples succumbed to the sea, the Lemuran priests inscribed a prophecy: when the sky mirrors the deep once more, and the heart of man beats with the pulse of the earth, the lost continent shall rise again, not in form, but in spirit. This resurgence would be heralded by celestial omens, solar flares, magnetic inversions, and a swift acceleration of consciousness, all synchronizing with the 2024-2026 window. Modern science corroborates Earth's magnetic field is diminishing. Schumann resonances are surging, and human consciousness exhibits measurable shifts. To skeptics, these are serendipities. To initiates, they are prophetic codes signaling the foretold planetary arousal. Lemuran symbols bore multifaceted depths. The spiral denoted eternity and ascension through material planes. The triangle embodied the trinity of mind, body, and soul converging in the heart. Crystalline lattice, far from ornamental, served as frequency maps for attuning to the cosmic grid. These geometries recur in disparate cultures: Egyptian sanctums, Mayan ziggurats, Vedic yantras, Polynesian body art, defying coincidental explanation. The truth: they are disseminated fragments of the Lemuran code, sewn across epochs. Even our DNA harbors these echoes. Biophysics reveals DNA's emission and absorption of light, what Lemurans called the sun's language. Awakening, they asserted, involves reactivating dormant Lemuran strands, the original 12-layered divine consciousness blueprint. 22.6 signifies this reactivation juncture, the galactic equator aligning with Earth's crystalline matrix, forging a resonance portal for memory's return. This won't erupt as a cataclysm but unfold as gradual dawn, attuned individuals sensing it in dreams, cardiac pressures, and intuitive knowings of ancient stirrings. The Lemuran code resides not in artifacts but in our atoms, awaiting vibrational keys to unlock. Upon activation, you'll recollect not merely a society, but the essence of harmonious humanity. The Lemuran prophecy envisions an unparalleled, energetic confluence rippling across existence, not devastation, but revelation. Dubbed the Great Remembering, it's when Earth's frequency realigns with creation's origin, dissolving interdimensional walls. Souls from Lemura's temples awaken as new dawn's architects. It commences subtly, nervous systems tingling with elevated currents, crown chakras buzzing, spinal heat waves, hyper-real dreams. The atmosphere charges with vitality for the prepared, a homecoming. For others, disarray. The disparity hinges on internal frequency. Envision all beings as notes in a cosmic orchestra. Millennia of dissonance from fear and isolation yield to 2026's emergent Lemuran tone from Earth's core. Aligned souls in love and truth ascend into harmony. Those in fear witness old paradigms shatter. This isn't world's end but illusion's demise, separation, scarcity, control. Lemurans named this the thinning of the veils. Where higher awareness infuses materiality, dreams bleed into wakefulness. Synchronicities abound, time warps fluidly. The heart, liberated from mere survival, syncs with planetary rhythm. Many may deem it madness, but rememberers recognize the planetary heart's arousal, reconnecting to the crystalline network sustaining Lemura's zenith. Earth transforms into a vibrant temple, echoing creation sound. Lemu's lost maternal frequency. You'll perceive the call in meditation, nature, pre-dawn hush not clamorously, but irrefutably, a presence, pulse, remembrance. You've traversed this before. The great remembering ascends through you, from depths cradling Lemuran light, not civilization's terminus, but forgettings. For every ascending light, shadows resist. Lemurans anticipated this, knowing post-fall, unity's knowledge would be pursued, warped, splintered, entombed under control's edifice. As vibration plummeted into density, fear birthed a counterforce, not mythic evil, but power-loss dread. This solidified into Atlantean hierarchies, evolving into priesthoods, empires, religions preserving Lemuran wisdom scraps but inverting them. Healing geometries became dominance blueprints. Divine symbols, containment seals limiting vibration. This distortion proliferated virally. Dubbed Saturnian cults, cube orders, control architects, all intent on severing humanity from divine recall. They'd crumble if Lemuran heritage resurfaced, so they engineered diversions, externalizing deities and religions, supplanting intuition with tech, deriding ancient lore. Saturn embodies time frequency, binding souls to karmic loops. The cube, limitations geometry, ensnares consciousness in suffering cycles. Religions venerating black stones, cubes, sealed boxes unwittingly perpetuate this warp. What was structure became incarceration. Yet, the Lemuran ember persisted. Concealed initiates ferried truths through Egypt's mysteries, Essene doctrines, Gnostic heresies suppressed by orthodoxy. Secretly, they stewarded the prophecy. When frequencies rise, no barrier halts awakening. We're in that era evident in institutional panics, power clingers' desperation, chaos in digital political spiritual realms. They dread returning Lemuran vibration, but prophecy affirms, control thrives in oblivion. Remembrance ignites uncontrollably. Reconnected hearts transcend fear, vibrating beyond manipulation. Lemurans encoded return in humanity's cells, impervious to walls, cubes, dogmas. The great remembering is inexorable. The archaic realm senses its inevitability. The prophecy isn't about aquatic returnees, but souls emerging from amnesia. Lemura's progeny tread among us, amnesia-clad. Artists, ocean-summoned. Empaths rain-weeping. Healers with luminous hands, drawn to water, crystals, sound, memories carriers. Encounters spark recognition. I know you from light's temples. These lineage bearers volunteered for awakening's finale. Incarnating timelessly with blueprint fragments in DNA, historically hidden. Often martyred for sensitivity, intuition, nonconformity mystics. Shamans, dreamers silenced, yet their vibration eroded control. Approaching 2026, reactivation accelerates, surges in energy awareness. Past life recalls, pilgrimages to Shasta, Maui, Bali. Easter Island Lemuran grid nodes. Antennas reviving buried memories. Soul gatherings harmonize frequencies, triggering the song of return. Prophecy embedded a compassion-activated harmonic failsafe in Earth's field. Initiated 2012, peaking 2026. Return is biological, crystalline DNA awakens. Pineal gland gleams biophotonically. Dreams vivify, synchronicities surge, frequency tribes form. Each bears memory shards, tonal languages, healing geometries, temple symbols. United, Lemura's song resounds collectively. The return manifests not as extraterrestrial spectacles or resurfacing lands, but soul reunions restoring balance, bridging wisdom science, heaven-earth, heart-cosmos. Prophecy states, crystalline gates reopen, Mu's children awaken in flesh. Mother beholds her face. You're not recollecting history. History recollects you. The prophecy eschews doomsday. Framing 2026 as choice nexus, timelines bifurcate between techno, control, and organic divine remembrance. Worlds coexist vibrationally. Souls select alignments. The split of worlds is energetic, not geographic. One densifies in fear algorithms dependency. The other coheres in heart unity cosmic resonance. 2026 amplifies internals. Love anchored ascend luminously. Fear-bound face foundational collapses. Lemuran's new destiny is frequency woven. Thoughts, emotions, and tensions shape planetary tone. Sufficient truth compassion holders shift the field, retuning reality. The heart recalibrates existence. 2026 intersects celestial mechanics spiritual memory. Poles weaken, solar peaks. Grid hums millennially thinning veils. Choice manifests creation. Collective consciousness then sets next 26,000-year cycle. Pre-shift fear escalates. Collapsing systems detox old vibrations. As Lemuran frequency ascends, falsities dissolve. Clingers perceive punishment. Rememberers, liberation spells fracture. Initiates term this crossing the waters. From reaction to remembrance, survival to creation, not external salvation, but heart's divine pulse realization. Prophecy, great choice by neither governments nor gods, but you in thoughts, emotions. Breaths, Lemura's kingdom awakens via humanity. As prophetic tides swell, oceans whisper through dreams. Wingstone symphonies, chest pulses, remember. Not verbally, but vibrationally, an invitation to reclaim essence. Beneath civilizations, empires, ideologies, an ancient hum persists. Mother continent song in planetary veins. Hear it in heartbeats, pride on silences. Sea-gazing aches, the pulse traversing Lemura to you. 2026 arrives not fiery but frequential. A remembering wave through consciousness. Skeptics dub coincidence catastrophe. Listeners recognize ancient oceans aware return. You embody that awareness. Each compassion choice, truth over ease, presence over diversion, channels lost harmony. Thus rises light's continent, not subaqueously, but heartward. Ancients foretold remembrance's finale via mirrors, not temples. Souls, challenges, doubts, collapses reflect truth. Prophecy lives because you do. Lemura's awakening is cellular, in motion. Gaze inward. Oceanic consciousness merges drops. Breaths, kindnesses, loves, stillnesses build the transformative wave. Sages, final tide rises. Remembers transform world. Now's that era stand storm-centered, heart open, frequency steady, remembrance rippling. This isn't lost's return but eternal's awakening. Oceans, mountains, stars, Lemuran guides remember you. Reciprocity stirs. Humanity ascends as caretaker, bridge, song. Seek not Lemura. You are Lemura dreaming awake. As 2026 dawns, spiral elevates not regressing, but higher octaved. Mother continent inhales a new not seabed, but remembering hearts. Wind shifts, waves shimmer luminously listen. Ocean calls your temple moon name. Message, wake beloved. Never lost. Always the self-remembering sea dot, and so, as the echoes of this ancient tale fade into the ether, leaving you with a lingering resonance in your soul, remember that the journey of remembrance is eternal, a spiral that invites you to step forward into the light you've always carried within. This is the outro, the gentle close that releases you back into your world, forever changed, with the whisper of Lemura guiding your every step toward the dawn of a new age.